Okay, so I've had people ask, um, at these conventions and these trips and stuff, you get fish. Do the fish stay in the bags, you know, all week, all weekend, however long you're gone? Um, how do you do with getting the fish back home and transporting and keeping them alive and while you're there because you're staying in a hotel? So I'm gonna show you. I mean, some of them could stay in the bags for longer periods of time, but some of them that I get aren't bagged too well. Sometimes I buy them and then there's a dead fish in the bag because some stuff that you buy at auctions you might not see. Um, so I'll show you what I do, and
All right, so
we'll
um,
go from there.
mine's not always set up like this. This year, for this event, I put it in the bathroom. You can have it in the rest of the hotel room set up differently. Different people do it different ways. But this time, I use all kinds of different containers. But these containers here are just like the plastic storage bins. And I get them plastic storage bins with the lids. These are I think 27 quarts. Yeah, 27 quarts are the size here. Um, some people will drill holes in the top so their airline will go through it. Some people do other things. Some people use critter keepers. Some people bring actual tanks. But I like these because when I'm not at a fish convention, I can use these for other things, for storage or something. And I can carry the supplies and stuff in them. So, like, I'll have a couple of these, and I'll put water in it. I won't necessarily fill the water all the way up. And I'll have an air stone, and I've got one of these pumps that has like 4 outlets on it, and a controller on top, turn it up and down, and I'll run them out to the different tubs that I'm using. And usually, what I'll do is I'll put the bag that the fish came in that tells what it was on it, because sitting in the room here, not being in an actual aquarium, they might discolor. I might forget what I bought, because I'll buy different things, and that way the label will tell me what it is, sometimes who I got it from, what the location is. But I've got those, and then over here I can even use the smaller ones. You can use even smaller than that, but I've got like this size here, and I usually put the lids on them, not snapped on, but just laid on, just to help prevent jumpers. But I'll use about anything. Like here I've got a specimen container with some real small fish, some pygmy cories and some small guppies. Some fish that are packaged good and I know can withstand the bag a little longer. I got some live food there. And then I'll use things that you find in the hotel room for stuff too. I think every hotel room I've been in has had a little ice container. It might be one of the round ones, one of the square ones, whatever. That's good for if you need it to keep fish in. But what I usually use it for is like I have it set up here. So when I get the fish in, I pour the fish through the net, the water goes in here. I make sure to use this so that the fish don't go down the drain if they miss the net. And I use this prime bottle that usually I can use it to hold the net at a right height to the ice container. And there's plenty of places that you can put tanks or the tubs or bins or whatever in a hotel room. The bathroom in this particular hotel was good because I can keep the lights turned off, keep the door shut, so it'll be quiet and dark for the fish. That will keep them less stressed. And even in this this particular hotel room, there's little cubby holes, little compartments in this bathroom's vanity that the towels were in. Well, I've taken the towels out and set them somewhere else, and I've even got a tub of fish down here. And the plants you don't really have to worry about as much, at least when I buy. So I leave them in the bags, just kind of set to the side. But I'll even use things like just a cooler. Have fish in there, anything that'll hold water. But even around the room, there's usually tables, and using the furniture from the hotel is okay. You just need to be careful not to spill a lot of water on it, because it might not be made to hold the water, to get contact with water. And be careful of the weight. If you use the bigger things here, or actual tanks, the water weight might be too much. So like when I went to the Triple Crown last year, I had them all on the floor. But I know some other people that go to these things and they take a folding camping table with them to put their stuff on. One trick that I also use, I put a bath towel under the pump. It lowers the sound of the vibration of the pump. I'm using the bag here as a lid. But this is how I do. I'll do water changes every day or every other day on these, and then the night before I travel back, I will bag them up, just like I was going to a swap or something. And I know the way that I bag the fish, usually they are good for at least 24 hours. I'll bag them up, and I have a larger cooler that I'll put them all in, and they'll be good for the drive home. And that's the thing, is like, this is what works for me, because I drive where I go. If you were flying, you might have to do something else. I know people that have flown to events. They go out and they buy tubs or tanks or whatever, and they give them away or throw them away or put them in the auction. You know, the tanks they'd put in the auction at the last day. Different things. But you get creative, like using the little ice bucket. The cups that they give you for like your coffee in the room, that's good to help with like water changes and stuff. Usually I bring a turkey baster, but apparently I have misplaced it, because that'll help get the fish poop and stuff out of these tubs easily. I make sure I bring fresh bags, rubber bands, a net, prime, and my method gets changed a little bit and grows a little bit each time that I do this. Something that I've learned is these, where I'm splitting off, get these little control valves, so that if one is blowing a little more than it should, I can turn it down or turn the other one up. I just have air run around the room. Make my own little fish room here in the hotel. And I try to cohabitate the best that I can. But here, you know, I won't put big fish with little fish that can eat each other, or fish that can interbreed. But I might have some rasboras and some swordtails together, because they won't cause each other problems. Or some cories and some guppies. Put those together because they won't bother each other. And then I keep an eye on them too, you know. While I'm in the room, I come and check on them. Of course, I'm going out to speakers and auctions and the event itself, the whole reason I travel. So I'm not able to keep an eye on them all the time. But otherwise, the way that I have it set up here at this location, I can keep the lights off and the door closed, and the fish calm down when they're like that. Alright, tell me what you think about this this idea, and if you go to conventions or travel for fish events, how do you do yours? You know, everybody does a little bit different. I've seen people carrying in stacks of 5-gallon buckets to have in their room. You know, what do you do? You know, maybe there's some tips that I can pick up from you and learn how to do it better. Leave all that down in the comments, and do all the YouTube stuff of subscribe, hit the notification bell, the like button, share it out, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you next time.